Uncertainty, not outcome, is the root of stress, said former CEO of Angelis, Naval Ravikant. The purpose of this speech is to inform the audience about the stress, like the definition of it and where it comes from, in order to understand and how to manage ourselves when we face it. As we are students who also have stress from the current situation, we did the research on how we can deal with it. So it will not influence that much on ourselves. Let me tell you the definition of stress. According to stress is the response of our body to pressure from each situation or the event in our life. This is important because we are living in an uncertain world, and everything beyond our expectation can happen all the time. It can cause death to us, and it will affect us more if we do not know how to cope with it. In this speech, we are going to talk about the definition of stress, the factor that cause the stress, the effect of it, and the way to manipulate it.
So first, let's begin with the definition of stress. According to best ways to manage stress, stress is a physical response of our body to the pressure known as stress response. When we have stress, our brain will send the warning to the muscle and adrenal gland, which will release two stress hormones, including adrenaline and cortisol. And these two hormones can cause the quickening of breath, higher blood pressure, and heart pounds. And stress can also cause some symptoms of some disease to become worse. For example, for those who have diabetes, when they have stress, their body will release sugar and fats into their blood. And this action will make the symptom of diabetes to become worse. Plus, in some cases, stress can also cause insomnia. According to stress, there are many signs of stress that people can be warned. For example, the first one is emotional changes. It includes the feelings like anxiety, anger, frustration, fear, and sadness. Next is behavioral changes. People who have symptoms may become indecisive and inflexible, and they may not be able to sleep properly at night, and they may be tearful and irritable. And the last one is bodily changes. People who have symptoms may suffer from ache and pain, and they may experience with the nausea and indigestion. So this is the definition of stress and how it can affect us. I believe that everyone has their own stress that they may think or concerned about it overnight. And one of the reasons may be fear or uncertainty to face the new situation that they never expect to face before. Therefore, we provide some factors that can cause people in this generation to have stress.
Okay, there are three main factors that academic stress, financial problem, and personal relationship. The first common factor that relate to our academic stress. I am the one person that always be stressful when the midterm or final exam is coming. According to Nihan Allen from 2017 mentioned that educational stress is always called as academic stress. That is a disappointment about academic fail and mental distress. That is characterized by a fear of being unsuccessful. High expectation will be the reason why students are academic stressed. They must lead a lot that sometimes the information might be overloaded. Academic pressure, unrealistic ambition, limited opportunity, and high competition are the most common cause of academic stress. Educational stress decrease performance, student well-being, and cause mental and physical health problems. Economic stress, or called financial problem, become the main reason for young people to concern about the money. According to UNICEF website on 14 April 2020, mentioned that more than 8 in 10 children and young people in Thailand say they were deeply worried that COVID-19 pandemic would affect their household income as parents may not be able to work regularly due to the business shutdown and layoff. According to UNICEF, survey mentioned that conducted on the impact of COVID-19 on children and young people. That survey also found that more than 7 in 10 children and young people in Thailand say COVID-19 pandemic is affecting their mental health, causing stress and worry, the uncertainty of the family finance status. For the last factor is the personal relationship. There are people in all of our life that cause us stress. It could be a family member, couple, friends, and co-worker. Toxic people lurk in all parts of our life, and the state we experience from this relationship can affect physical and mental health, say Elizabeth Scott. It is true that the stress might come from the problem at work with family, friends, that we carry the problem into our over relationship, and can also come from the couple issue, for example, argument, misunderstanding, and cheating. According to American Institute of Stress, more than a quarter of people surveyed in 2014 feel stressful because of friends or family members. Researchers surveyed over 100 heterosexual couples in Switzerland about their stress over the past year, and found that external stress conflict with friends, couple, and worker. There are some reasons for happening stress in the relationship: that not has enough time to spend with each other, lack of communication between family members, and have different opinion or perspective. There are clear justifications why everyone has stress in their life, that it might get sick and have mental illness problem in the long term. Therefore, people should know how to deal with it to avoid the negative effect of stress.
I believe that some of you can guess what is the common activity which can reduce stress, right? There are many ways to cope with the stress while we are living in an uncertain time, and these are some of them. The first way is to exercise both mind and body. From the article Physical Activity Reduce Stress, this way is one of the most activities that the healthcare professionals recommend. It can improve ability to sleep and reduce stress because when we do the exercise, it is the way to increase endorphin. According to the article Exercise and Depression, this chemical can interact with the receptor in our brain, which can reduce the pain. Another way is the positive thinking. In this year, the non-profit organization which commit to a whole person care, Mayo Clinic, state that the positive thinking can start with the practicing positive self-talk or surround ourselves with the positive people. Both ways can enhance us to stay positive because when we are surrounded by the positive people, our mind and thought tend to think positively too. The third way is asking for help. As Purdue University Global said, if the stress gets too high, we should go to see the doctor or the therapist. For the college student, we can go to consult with the University Counseling Service. Serving as an example, Melbourne University International College also has this service for the student too. We can contact the MUIC counselor team by making an appointment via this email, which is the Office of Student Affairs email. These are some ways to reduce our stress while we are living in an uncertain time.
All in all, there are many ways that people can use to tackle with the stress problem, including thinking positively, exercising, and asking for help. Since stress is a physical response to pressure, it is better that we will know where our stress comes from in order to know how we can deal with it. Therefore, the purpose of this speech is to inform you, the audience, about what is stress, where the stress comes from, and how we can deal with it. And lastly, I want to leave you with a quote from Moore, an English writer. In an era of stress and anxiety, when the present seems unstable and the future unlikely, the natural response is to retreat or withdraw from reality, taking course either in the fantasies of future or in modified vision of half-imagined past. Thank you.